Hello, this is Mrs. Chemris. Sorry to say that I am out again today. I am getting better. I had to go for testing today. I'm not sure when I'll be back full time, but I hope everybody enjoyed their break. And I'm going to go over solving equations with variables on both sides again. Okay, so if you turn in your 3.4 packet, 3.4, to page 7. Okay, and on page 7, we're going to go over, we're going to start with number 3. So number 3 says 8x minus 3 times 2x minus 4 equals 17. So at this point, we're getting into much more complex equations. And when you solve an equation, your initial goal, the first step, is always to simplify the left-hand side and simplify the right-hand side. This is not simplified because there's parentheses. So our first step is to distribute to get rid of the parentheses. We're going to be careful to watch the sign. This is negative. So this becomes negative 6x, and a negative 3 and a negative 4 is plus 12 equals 17. Now I'm going to combine my like terms. I'm going to combine my positive 8x and my negative 6x. That becomes a positive 2x. And then we get back to our easy peasy two-step equation. And I subtract 12. And notice, it hasn't been perfectly in line, but I'm trying to keep my equal sign somewhat lined up. And I end up with 2x equals 5. Now, at this point, some of you go, oh no, I must be wrong. And I go, oh no, where'd my picture go? So while I'm getting my picture back, we can think about why that's not necessarily wrong. It's not wrong because not every answer is going to be an integer. Sometimes your answer is a fraction. So I'm going to hit divided by 2, divided by 2. My answer is 5/2, which you can leave as 5/2. That's a completely acceptable answer. That's the answer I have on the bottom of the page. But if you feel better, you can make it a mixed number. If a decimal makes you feel better, go ahead and change it to a decimal. It does not matter. But remember, improper fractions, as long as they're simplified, are fine. Okay? So that is number 3. So now I want everyone to try number 4 on your own. So stop this video, try number 4 on your own, and when you're done, turn the video back on. Okay, so for number 4, I have 7x minus 4 times 3x plus 4 equals 9. So the first thing I'm always going to do is simplify both sides. I'm going to simplify by distributing. 7x minus 12x minus 16 equals 9. I separate my terms by commas, and now I'm going to combine my like terms. I notice I have a 7x and a negative 12x. The negative is larger, so that means when I combine it, I get negative 5x minus 16 equals 9. I add 16, and we get 5x equals 25. Divide by 5, divide by 5, x equals 5. So, I just noticed a mistake. Who noticed the mistake I made? This happens a lot. This was a negative 5x, but when I canceled this out, what did I write? I wrote positive 5x. So this means negative. Well, I should have divided this by a negative, and we get positive x equals negative 5. So sorry about that. The correct answer is negative 5. But did you all see how I made that mistake? I didn't carry the negative down. Very easy to do. But the correct answer is x equals negative 5. Okay. So now I want you to try number 7 and number 8. These are a little more complicated. See how you do. I'm going to do 7 and 8. You can do 7 and then turn the video back on. You can do 7 and 8 and then turn the video back on. But either way, once you're done, watch the video and make sure you did it right. So number 7 is 9 minus 4 times 3x plus 1 equals 3 times 6 minus 3x minus 9. So 9 minus 12x minus 4 equals 18 minus 9x minus 9. Now look back. If you didn't get the same answer as me, double check your distributing. Now I'm going to combine my like terms, being careful to put my commas so I don't make a sign error. Now I'm going to be combining a positive 9 with a negative 4. So what's a positive 9 and a negative 4? It's a positive 5. So now I have negative 12x plus 5 equals, and here I'm combining a positive 18 and a negative 9, and that becomes a positive 9. Now, with my variable, I have variables on both sides, so what do? Well, I have a choice. I can either add 12x to both sides, or I can add 9x to both sides. So because I like to keep my variable positive, I'm going to add 12x to both sides. So that goes away, and I get 5 equals, now a negative 9 and a positive 12 is 3x plus 9. And then I subtract 9 from both sides. So I get negative 4 equals 3x. So let's put that over here. So I divide by 3, and my answer is negative 4/3. Nothing wrong with an answer being an improper fraction. Okay, now let's look at number 8. So I do 13 minus 20x minus 4 equals 21 minus 15x minus 15. Put in commas. Now I'm going to combine my like terms. I have a positive 13 and a negative 4. Add them together, and that's a positive 9. Here, I have a positive 21 and a negative 15. Add them together, and that's a positive 6. But now I have a variable on both sides. So I can either add 20x to both sides, or I can add 15x to both sides. Now, I like to keep my variable positive, but some of you might like to keep your variable on the left-hand side. So those of you who want to keep it on the left-hand side will add 15x to both sides, because then this variable goes away, and this becomes negative 5x plus 9 equals 6. Now we subtract 9, and we get negative 5x equals negative 3. So negative 5x equals negative 3. I divide by negative 5. I divide by negative 5. And that becomes a positive 3/5. Never leave your answer as a negative over a negative. Okay, so now number 9 and 10 are uber challenging. I didn't even give you the answers to that. I prefer you not even try it. Maybe when I'm back, you guys can remind me and we can take some time to do the challenging ones. But right now, I prefer you not do that. Okay, so now that we reviewed how to handle when you have a variable on both sides, and actually, let's just go over that one more time. So what we've been doing now is we have been solving equations that have variables on both sides. We know the primary goal is always to simplify the left and simplify the right. So let's just make up one. 2x plus 3 equals 5x minus 6, okay? So I can't solve for x if I have a variable on both sides. So I have to do something so I have the variable just on one side. I have to take it away from one of the sides. Now, you can take it away, the 2x from the left-hand side, or you can take away the 5x from the right-hand side. Taking away means subtracting. If you like to keep your variable positive, you're going to say, well, subtract 2x from both sides. And then you would continue like that, and that would be totally fine. But some of you will say, but I like my variable on the left. And if you like your variable on the left, then you're going to want to take away the variable from the right. So another way to do it would be this, and you get negative 3x plus 3 equals negative 6. But either way, you'll end up with the correct answer. Okay, so the thing that we added is sometimes you have variables on both sides, and when you do, you have to take them away from one side and get it on the other side. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you are going to work on page 8. I would prefer you do page 8 on a separate sheet of paper so you can show all your work clearly. The answers are to the right of the problem. So if you look at page 8, the answer to number 1 is 3. The answer to number 2 is 5. So I give you the answers. I want you to work through the equations until you get the correct answer. Once you've finished page 8, well, page 8 is your homework. So once you're finished with page 8, you're done with part of your homework. Then another part of your homework tonight is to watch 2 ed puzzles that I have posted for you. So you have the rest of the period to work on page 8 or to work on the 2 ed puzzles. Okay, and hopefully I will see you on Wednesday. Thank you.